this last minute of warm-up starts to finish up the warm-ups. Right, swimmers, if we can start to clear the pool, please. Right, your warm-up's finished, so please start to clear the pool. Thank you.
Well, good morning everyone and welcome along to the Swim England South East Long Course Youth Championships. It is day number 4. It is the bank holiday and we're going to have our first event, which will be the 400 metre freestyle. For the boys will be 8 heats and heat 1 is coming up shortly. And just a further reminder, if you have anybody who would like to follow the action today here at the Wickham Leisure Centre, they can watch every race of the day on the Swim England South East YouTube channel. We'll be live streaming every single race throughout the day. Here we go, this is the boys 400 metre freestyle, heat number 1. Well, a very good morning, everyone, and welcome along. This is day number 4 at the Wickham Leisure Centre. It is the Swim England South East Long Course Youth Championships 2026. We've had 3 days of fantastic swimming so far. This is the bank holiday, and we start off with the 400 metre freestyle. 8 heats in total in this one, and we have 4 swimmers in our first heat. In lane 3, representing Guildford, we have Michael Gubars. From Whitney and District, we have Noah Spruce. From Gravesend and North Fleet, we have Toby Simmons. And from Dover Lifeguard Swimming Club, we have Ashton Platts. And he is in lane number 6, Ashton Platts, S14 swimmer. So Michael Gubars after the first 100 metres, 1:04.35. Just over a second, under a second I should say, between Gubars and Spruce after the first 100 metres. Just a reminder, this is a heat declared winners event. So swimmers reaching the halfway point, and it's so far so good. And Michael Gubars in lane number 3. It was 1:39.25 at the 1:50 mark. Quickest on that previous 50. And halfway point, 2:14.7, 35.4, 5:50 there for Michael Gubars. That's the halfway point. And it's Toby Simmons, 2:16.3, who's currently occupying second. Noah Spruce, 2:17.44. And 2:24.25 for Ashton Platt. So those are the times at the halfway stage in heat number 1. And once again, just a further reminder, if you have anybody who wants to tune into any of the races throughout the day who is not here at the Wickham Leisure Centre today, they can follow all the action on the Swim England South East YouTube channel. So here come the whistles. Michael Gubars, 3:25.51 with 100 metres to go. He came into this event with a seat time of 4:36.27. Toby Simmons, 3:28.24 at the 300 metre mark. 4:35.8 was his seed time. All these swimmers going underneath 5 minutes in terms of their seat times. So at the 3:50 mark, 50 metres to go, then 4:01.03. Michael Gubars, a 35.52 split as he makes his way towards the finish line. Not much in it between Gubars and Simmons. At the 3:50 mark as the two swimmers head for home. So 4:01.03 at 3:50 for Michael Gubars. And I tell you what, Toby Simmons is pushing him all the way to the finish line. This is going to be a close one. comes Michael Gubars, 4:34.32. That's Toby Simmons, 4:34.66, so just over 3/10 of a second between Gubars and Simmons. Excellent swimming there as Noah Spruce comes in 4:51.89 and Ashton Platts 4:55.22. Heat number 2. So moving swiftly on then to heat number 2. In lane 1 we have the Tudor Skiet, followed by William Brown, Finley Morgan, Ruben Price, Alex Numovic, Fraser Heerman, Elliot Patterson and Isaac Jordan is in lane number 8. So 4:34.22, the quickest time from heat number 1 set by Michael Gubars. As we approach the 100-metre marker, 2 swimmers in the outside lanes in lanes 7 and 8 setting the pace. Exactly 3/10 of a second between Isaac Jordan and Elliot Patterson. Isaac Jordan in lane number 8. Swimmer from Newbury, 4:32.26. His seat time coming into this event this morning. And it was Alex Numovic who was occupying the 3rd spot. Still plenty of swimming to go though in heat number 2. Very good morning. If you are joining us on YouTube live stream, Swim England South East YouTube channel, send in your messages. We'll read out the best ones throughout the day. It's been a good first half to this heat for Isaac Jordan, 2:11.81 at the halfway stage. He's just opened up that gap ahead of Ruben Price in lane number 4. Ruben Price, swimmer from Winchester City Penguins. Quickest seat time out of all the swimmers in the pool into this heat, 4:26.8. So just under 9/10 of a second between Isaac Jordan and Ruben Price at that previous turn. So that gap has just closed as we move into the final 100 metres. Heat number 2. So just under a second between Isaac Jordan and Alex Numovic, who just nudged into second spot. Just a 1/10 of a second between Alex Numovic and Ruben Price. At the 3:50 mark, it is Alex Numovic who's just nudged into the lead. Not much in it. Just over a tenth of a second between Alex Numovic and Isaac Jordan, who occupied that top spot in the halfway stage of heat number 2. So in for a fascinating finale here in heat number 2. So 4:34.32 was the quickest time from heat number 1. And in comes Alex Numovic, 4:29.48. Quickest time out of those 2 heats so far then. Alex Numovic, the 16-year-old representing Wickham District. Isaac Jordan, 4:30.9. Ruben Price, 4:32.15. Heat 3. So underway then in heat number 3. We have George Beardsmore in lane 1, followed by Alex Markovsky, Oscar Earthrau, Luke Drew, Charan Rupinsinghi, Satoshi Baggy, Isaac Newby and Connor Walker in lane number 8. So 4:29.48 is the quickest time we've had out of the first 2 heats. Quickest on paper in terms of the seed times coming into heat 3. Luke Drew from Guildford City, 4:24.42. Been a good start this for Satoshi Baggy in lane number 6, 1:01.29. He's ahead of Luke Drew and then Oscar Earthrau. So Satoshi Baggy, lane number 6, the Abingdon Vale swimmer. One of 4 15-year-olds involved in heat number 3. So Satoshi Baggy at the halfway stage, 2:07.27 ahead of Connor Walker and Luke Drew. Not much in it between Connor Walker and Luke Drew in lanes 8 and 4. Just over 0.2 of a second between those 2. But it's so far so good for the Abingdon Vale swimmer in lane number 6. Satoshi Baggy, 2:46.1 at that turn. Opening up just over 2-second gap on Luke Drew. So the whistles sound out, and it is Satoshi Baggy who leads, 3:14.59. 3:16.92 for Luke Drew, 3:17.26 for Oscar Erthral. Just under that 3:18 time of the turn was Connor Walker in lane number 8, outside lane. So final 50 metres then coming up for the swimmers. And it's roughly a 2.5 second lead for Satoshi Baggy coming into the final 50. He's led from the start and is on course to finish this in top spot in heat number 3. Reminder, the quickest time we've had so far is 4:29.48 from our first 2 heats. And Satoshi Baggy is not going to be caught here as we enter into the final few strokes, and it is a time of 4:21.57 for Baggy in lane 6. Luke Drew 4:24.62, 4:24.26, correction there, Luke Drew, and then Connor Walker 4:25.18. So that's the top 3 in heat 3. Heat 4. And moving swiftly on then to heat number 4. We have that Michael Gannon in lane 1, followed by Zachary Maiden, Josh Kimberley, Henry Bolton, Finn Hemmant, Aaron Kane, Ethan Wills, and James Scholes is in lane number 8. So 4:21.57 is the quickest time we've had so far. First at the turn is Henry Bolton, 28.17, ahead of Michael Gannon, 28.51. That's at the first 50 metres of heat number 4. Just a reminder, we have 8 heats in total in our first event of the morning. The boys 15 years and over, 400 metre freestyle. Heat declared winners events going well over on the outside lanes in lanes 1 and 2. That's Michael Gannon and Zachary Maiden. And it is Zachary Maiden who leads after the first 100 metres. Just over 1/10 of a second ahead of Henry Bolton. And then 2/10 of a second behind Bolton is Michael Gannon in lane number 1. So good swim so far in the outside lanes in lanes 1 and 2. Halfway stage, outside lane, Zachary Maiden, 2:07.49. He is just over 4/10 of a second ahead of Michael Gannon, who's also on the outside lane, lane number 1. So at the halfway point of this heat and of this event. The next event after this will be the female 800 metre freestyle. There'll be 4 heats involved in that one. Turning our attention back to the pool for heat number 4 of this 400 metre freestyle. It is Zachary Maiden, 2:41.86, who is just over 2/10 of a second ahead of Michael Gannon in lane number 1. Finn Hemmant just nudges himself into 3rd spot at that previous turn by 300ths of a second. As we reach the 3/4 stage of heat number 4, lots of swimmers in contention for this one as it currently stands. change of the leader. It is Aaron Kane who leads by just over half a second. Ahead of Finn Hemmant in lane 5 and then Michael Gannon in lane number 1. So Aaron Kane. Fastest split there in the previous 50 metres. Can he push on to try and claim top spot in the heat? So 3:49.32 for Aaron Kane. So 4:21.57 is the quickest time that we've had from our previous 3 heats. That was set by Satoshi Baggy in heat number 3. And in fact, that one was also in lane number 6, and we're going to get the quickest time once again in lane 6. And Aaron Kane, 4:21.78. So 4:21.78 for Aaron Kane. Not quite as quick as Satoshi Baggy in our previous heat in heat number 3, but it's a good swim nonetheless. Aaron Kane, 4:21.78. Heat 5. And into heat number 5 we go. Once again, a full complement of swimmers in this one. In lane 1 we have Tom Sterry, followed by Ben Pavlik, Joshua Hutchinson, Ryan Gesme, Alfie Davies, James Trevithick, Josh Greenough and Harry Jaggott in lane number 8. Good start for Alfie Davies in lane number 5, 28.01. Just under 0.3 of a second ahead of Joshua Hutchinson in lane number 3. So quickest time remains set in heat number 3. Satoshi Baggy, 4:21.57. Aaron Kane pushed that time all the way in heat number 4. Can one of these swimmers go underneath a time of 4:21 to claim the top spot so far in the event? Well, at the moment it is Alfie Davis who is the quickest at the 100-metre mark. 59.7 of a second ahead of Joshua Hutchinson, and 100th of a second behind Joshua Hutchinson is James Trevithick in lane number 6. And that was a really good previous 50 for James Trevithick. 30.71 that previous 50. And it is James Trevithick who now moves into the lead. 1:32.33 as we approach the halfway stage. Again, lots of swimmers in the mix at the moment for this heat. Heat number 5. We have 3 heats to go after this one. Well, there really wasn't that much in it, is there? Tom Sterry, though, leads in lane number 1 at the halfway spot. Josh Greenough in lane 7, currently occupied 2nd spot, then James Trevithick and then Alfie Davis. Just under 0.2 of a second separating 3 swimmers in lanes 7, 6 and 5, but it was Tom Sterry who was leading at the 200-metre mark, and he still leads 2:38.29 ahead of Alfie Davis, who is now nudged into 2nd spot ahead of James Trevithick, and then Josh Greenough is currently in 4th spot, 0.3 of a second. In 5th spot behind Greenough is Ryan Gesme. Well, it's another consistent split there for Tom Sterry. He was almost built up a 3-second lead ahead of the rest of the swimmers. Tom Sterry over in lane number 1. The swimmer from Tigers jersey, the 17-year-old, seed time of 4:20.12. So a reminder that the quickest time that we've had from our first 4 heats was 4:21.57. That was Satoshi Baggy from Abingdon Vale in lane number 6 of heat number 3. As we are on the home straight now, Tom Sterry, 3:44 exactly. And he still has that same just under 3-second lead ahead of the rest of the swimmers. Joshua Hutchinson currently in 2nd spot. Here comes Tom Sterry in lane 1, 4:15.65 for the Tigers jersey swimmer. Great work from Tom Sterry. Joshua Hutchinson, 4:17.96. Joshua Greener, 4:19.68. Heat 6. So 7 out of the 8 swimmers in our previous heat going under the best time at that point, which was 4:21.78, but it is now 4:15.65. Let's introduce the swimmers who are going to try and get under that time of 4:15.65. Heat number 6, we have Remy Mowbray, followed by Jackson Shidwerski, Achilles Bello Ormeno, Reese Capri, Oliver Robbins, Griffin Thomas, Tian Yang, and William Strong is in lane number 8. Reese Capri, the 17-year-old from Basingstoke Bluefins, 4:14.4 is his seat time, quickest on paper, coming into heat number 6. Not much separating lanes 2 and 3. It is Bello Ormeno who leads just over a minute, 1:51. Shidwerski is 7/100ths of a second behind, 1:58. That's after 100 meters in heat number 6. Well, it was Shidwerski who was in 2nd spot, now is in 1st at that turn, 1:32.88 as we approach the halfway stage of heat number 6. Outside lane, William Strong currently occupying 3rd. Shidwerski, 2:05.19 at the halfway stage. Just over 6/10ths of a second behind is Bello Ormeno in lane number 3, and William Strong, 2:06.89 in 3rd. Now that is at the halfway stage. So exactly 8/10ths of a second between Shidwerski and Bello Ormeno in lanes 2 and 3. Those 2 swimmers have a bit of breathing room at the moment ahead of the rest of the chasing swimmers. So it's been those 2 have been leading the way. So just a reminder that 4:15.65 set by Tom Sterry in our previous heat is the quickest time we've had this morning. The third best time in this event is 4:19.68. As we just tick towards the 4-minute marker. Jackson Kudawerski, 3:42.75 ahead of Achilles Bello Ormeno in lane number 3. It's been a good battle between those two swimmers. And in comes Jackson Kudawerski, 4:13.53 ahead of Achilles Bello Ormeno, 4:14.68, and William Strong, 4:18.25. So top 3 times in heat 6, and they are the top 3 times in the event. Heat 7. And off we go then into heat number 7. Not quite a full complement of swimmers, just the 7 involved in this one. We have Charlie King in lane 1, followed by Leonardo Massarini, Matthew Lowther, Rufus Parry, Jack Kears, Lucas Iwinara, Lachlan Murray is in lane 8. So Matthew Lowther under a minute, as are Murray and Massarini in lanes 8 and 3. So those 3 swimmers going under a minute after the first 100 metres, but it is Matthew Lowther who leads, 59.19. So the quickest time I've had so far, 4:13.53. That was in heat number 6. 2 heats to go, including this one. Matthew Lowther, though, led at the 100-metre mark. But it is now Lachlan Murray who nudges ahead by 0.05 of a second. 1:31.13 ahead of Matthew Lowther. And then Leonardo Massarini in lane number 3. Well, it's close between Matthew Lowther and Lachlan Murray. They've swapped positions, and it's Matthew Lowther who now moves back into the lead by just over 0.2 of a second. Matthew Lowther, then Lachlan Murray, and then tying third, Leonardo Massarini in lane number 3. Lachlan Murray, 2:36.04 ahead of Matthew Lowther. Not much to separate those two. Just keeping tabs in lane number 8 on Lachlan Murray and Matthew Lowther and Leonardo Massarini, who's also going well. So final 100 metres. Can Leonardo Massarini just start to put on that pressure, just reel in Lachlan Murray and Matthew Lothar, Matthew Lothar has just taken the lead going into the final 100 metres. 309.06 to Lachlan Murray's 309.32. Reminder that the quickest time, once again, 4:13.53. With the finishing line in sight now for the swimmers. So last few strokes then, and it looks like it is going to be in lane number 4. Matthew Lothar, 4:13.08. With Jack Kears with a great final 50, 4:13.96. And Leonardo Massarini, 4:14.76. Heat 8. So Matthew Lothar in our previous heat setting the fastest time, 4:13.08, and then it was 4:13.96, and then 4:14.76 from Leonardo Massarini in our previous heat. They are the top 3 times in the event as we move into our 8th and final heat. So we have Adam Macaulay Wright in lane 1, followed by Tom Sansom, Archie Hawkins, Maxwell Adams, Sam Sterry, Monty Smith, Harry Cox and Liam Traynor in lane number 8. So anything under 4:13, which we expect these swimmers to do, will put you right in contention for the top spot. So we have 2 swimmers under 4 minutes in terms of their seed times, Maxwell Adams and Sam Sterry. It is Archie Hawkins who leads after the first 100 metres, 58.86. Ahead of Sam Sterry and then Maxwell Adams. So it is our 2 swimmers who are under 4 minutes in the seed times, who are our 2 leaders, our leading pair, I should say. Maxwell Adams, 1:13.19, ahead of Sam Sterry, 1:34.7. So 2:01.41 for Maxwell Adams at the halfway point. Just under 0.7 of a second between Maxwell Adams and Sam Sterry at the 200 metre mark. Also just under 0.7 of a second at the halfway point behind Sam Sterry was Monty Smith, who is in 3rd spot as it currently stands. And it's Maxwell Adams who leads, 2:31.75 ahead of Sam Sterry. And then Monty Smith. So here come the whistles. It's the final 100 metres of this event. And Maxwell Adams leads, 3:02.99. .45 ahead of Sam Sterry in lane number 5. Well, it is close. With 50 metres to go, 100ths of a second close between Maxwell Adams and Sam Sterry as they face up to the finishing line. 25 metres to go then for Adams and Sterry, and they're giving it absolutely everything for the top spot in this event. And it looks like it's going to be Sam Sterry, full body's length ahead, coming into the finish line. It will take it 4:03.78 with a 29.18 final 50 metres for Sam Sterry, ahead of Maxwell Adams and then Monty Smith. Brilliant swimming all around, but a great sprint to the finish line for Sam Sterry and Maxwell Adams. And it is Sam Sterry who is the quickest in the heat and in the event. Next up, this is the girls' 800-metre freestyle, heat 1. Moving on to our second event of the day. This is the girls' 800-metre freestyle. We have a full complement of swimmers involved in heat number 1. We have Ruby Holmes-Brown in lane 1, followed by Clara Moran, Charlie Gray, Bianca Stava-Albarrel, Ariana Reed, Neve Church, Frances Sadler, and Evelyn Hopton is in lane number 8. So quickest on paper, Bianca Stava-Albarrel, Lancing College, 9:35.67. Early days after the first 100 metres, Clara Moran, 1:06.83, ahead of Neve Church and Frances Sadler. So 200 metres gone, and it's Clara Moran who leads, 2:19.56. Neve Church 2:27.8, and then 2:21.86 for Ariana Reed in lane number 5. So just a reminder, we have 4 heats involved in this one, and then we'll have another warm-up session ahead of session 15, which will begin with the boys' 200 metre butterfly. Warm-up will begin at 10:45. So I have the results by age group for our boys 400 metre freestyle. For the 15-year-olds, the top three. In third spot, Harry Kane. Second was Satoshi Baggy. And then first was Joshua Hutchinson with a time of 4:17.96. The boys 16-year-olds for the 400 metre freestyle, top three. Third place was Ben Pavlik, followed by Josh Greenough. And then in first spot was Lachlan Murray with a time of 4:15.92. For the boys 17 years, 400 metre freestyle, top three. In third was Leonardo Masserini, followed by Jack Kears, and then Monty Smith in first with a time of 4:06.9. And then for the boys 18 years and over, in third place was Tom Sampson, followed by Maxwell Adams, and then Sam Sterry with the quickest time in the entire event of 4:03.78. Well done to all those swimmers in our first event of the day. As we turn our attention back to this first heat of the 800 metre freestyle, it was Clara Moran who leads, 5:22.97 at that previous turn, ahead of Reed and then Church. As we make our way to the 500 metre mark. So Clara Moran, 7:13.54. 15-year-old representing Reading, 9:44.4 was her seat time coming into this one. 7:13.54, 200 metres to go then for Clara Moran. Ariana Reed, 7:16.43, and then Reed Church, 7:22.27. That's the top three as it currently stands in heat number one. final 100 metres. It's been an excellent swim this from Clara Moran from Reading. 8:26.78 to Ariana Reid, representing Havant and Waterlooville. 8:29.27. 25 metres then to go. Clara Moran at that previous turn was 9:03.62. Ariana Reid trying to push her all the way to the finish line. And they will be setting the times of 9:38.03. Clara Moran, Ariana Reid, 9:39.09. Church 9:51.81. Top three times there in heat number one, but Moran and Reid going underneath their entry times. Great swim though from Clara Moran, fastest in heat one. Heat two. Moving on then to heat number two. We have Grace Wade in lane one, followed by Sophie Lawrence, Phoebe Broster, Amelie Bissett, Rose Benson, Rose Lewin, Eva Pareca, and Nell Rochelle in lane number 8. So 9:38.03, quickest time then from heat number one. All these seed times in heat number two are under that quickest time from our opening heat, with Amelie Bissett from Winchester City Penguins, quickest on paper, 9:28 exactly. So after 200 metres then, Nell Rochelle in lane number 8 in the outside lane. The youngest swimmer in the pool, 15 years, representing Crawley, is our leader, 2:19.85 ahead of Rose Lewin. And then Eva Poreka in lane number 7 after the 2:50 mark. It is still the Crawley swimmer in lane 8 who leads, 2:56.72. Well, Nell Rochelle leading the way in lane number 8 of heat number 2, 3:33.32, and is getting support from home as well in the chat on our YouTube live stream. Adrian Rochelle saying, "Go Nell," and she's doing really well at the moment. 3:33.32, your leader after 300 meters as we approach the 3:50 mark. Just over 0.2 of a second at the halfway point separates Nell Rochelle in lane 8 and Rose Lewin in lane number 6. Emily Bissett currently in 3rd spot in lane number 4. So 4:46.96 is the quickest time after 400 meters. And that's Nell Rochelle in lane number 8. Quickest time, reminder, from our first heat was 9:38.03. And we have just had a change of our leader. Rose Lewin now has just nudged ahead of Nell Rochelle in lane number 8. So Rose Lewin, 5:23.68 as we make our way to the 500 meter marker in heat number 2. Well, after 500 meters, we cannot separate 2 of our swimmers, Emily Bissett and Rose Lewin, exactly 6 minutes, 0.09. Quite incredible after 500 meters, say the first 500 meters, after 500 meters, we couldn't separate Bissett and Lewin in lanes 4 and 6. So Emily Bissett leading with 200 meters now to go, 7:12.13. Rose Lewin currently in 2nd. And then Nell Rochelle, 7:15.9 is currently occupying the 3rd spot. So those 3 swimmers have a good advantage ahead of the rest of the pool as it stands with under 200 meters to go. So just under 3/10 of a second separating Bissett in lane 4, Lewin in lane number 6. As we move into the final 100 metres. Big turn coming up for these two. At one point we couldn't separate them. And it is exactly 4/10 of a second between Rose Lewin and Amelie Bissett, but it is Rose Lewin who is nudged ahead in lane number 6. Quicker on that previous split. And is putting the afterburners on. Rose Lewin, Wycombe District swimmer in that green swimming cap. Will take top spot, 9:31.83 for Rose Lewin. 9:35.48. And Nell Rochelle, 9:42.07. So those are the top 3 times out of our first 2 heats. With Rose Lewin the quickest out of everybody. 9:31.83 for the Wycombe District swimmer in lane number 6, Rose Lewin. Heat 3. Into heat number 3 we go then. And we have 7 swimmers involved in this one. Lane 2 we have Darcy Arnold, followed by Rebecca Johnston and Megan Thorpe, Rosie Pope, Alana Maddock, Molly Burton, and Sophia Gledhill is in lane number 8. Maddock quickest after the first 50, 31.11, just over 1/10 of a second ahead of Megan Thorpe. That's after 50 metres, long way to go, of course. In heat number 3, with the quickest time we've had so far from our first 2 heats of 9:31.83. After 200 metres, Megan Thorpe leading to 16.01 ahead of Molly Burton and Alana Maddock in lane number 6. Megan Thorpe, Winchester City Penguins, 9:18.08 is her seed time, the quickest out of the 7 swimmers in heat number 3.
Tuesday, mate. Come on, mate. How bad do you want it? Huh?
So approaching the 450 mark then, it's Megan Thorpe, 5:13.2. With Alana Maddock, who is just ahead of Molly Burton in second spot, so 800ths of a second separating Maddock and Burton in lanes 6 and 7. But it's a good lead for Megan Thorpe as they make their way to the 500-metre marker. With 200 metres to go, Megan Thorpe, 6:59.43. She has a good lead ahead of the rest of the swimmers. Alana Maddock, 7:04.95 ahead of Molly Burton in lane 7. So we have one more heat to come after this one. And then the warm-up for session 15. Getting underway at 10:45. Well, it's been a great swim from Megan Thorpe. We clear the rest of the swimmers. 9:18.24 for Megan Thorpe. Quickest time out of those first 3 heats. And in comes Alana Maddock, 9:25.98. And then 9:31.2 for Molly Burton. So those are the top 3 times in the heat and in the event from those 3 heats. Megan Thorpe, 9:18.24. Swimmer from Winchester City Penguins. Heat 4. So this is our 4th and final heat on this 800 metre freestyle. In lane 1 we have Summer Martin, followed by Anne Stevenson, and Sterry, Hazel Ann Carter, Nicole Ryan, Ellie McLeod, Danica Forster, and Calissa Bradshaw is in lane number 8. So quickest time into our final heat set by Megan Thorpe in heat 3, 9:18.24. Setting the early pace is Hannah Sterry in lane 3, 1:04.32. Swimmer under 34 seconds in that previous 50 metres. So it's Hannah Sterry, Stevenson and Ellie McLeod in lane 6, who are currently our top 3 after the first 100 metres. So after 300 metres, Hannah Sterry, 3:21.96 ahead of Danica Forster and Ellie McLeod in third place. So under 4 minutes at the 3:50 mark for Hannah Sterry. Swimmer representing Tigers jersey, 9:08.03 is her seat time going into this one. Hazel Ann Carter with the quickest seat time in the event, under 9 minutes, 8:55.8. The 18-year-old from Wickham District, currently in 5th spot at that previous turn. It is Hannah Sterry who is a lot of breathing room between her and the rest of the swimmers, but there is a close pack behind Hannah Sterry. They aren't separated by much, but Hannah Sterry, 4:30.86. So 5:40.31. Hannah Sterry ahead of Ellie McLeod in lane number 6, who is now just bumped into second spot ahead of Forster in lane number 7. So 6:49.69, Hannah Sterry with 200 metres to go. 3 swimmers under 7 minutes there at the 3/4 stage. Ellie McLeod 6:57.13, Danica Forster 6:58.84, but a fair few seconds ahead is Hannah Sterry in lane number 3, the Tigers jersey swimmer. 9:18.24 is the quickest time we've had so far in the event. Well, 100 metres to go then. Hannah Sterry, 7:58.94, only swimmer under 8 minutes. Moving into the final 100 metres, Ellie McLeod, 8:06.54. And Danica Forster, 8:09.27. Final 50 then for Hannah Sterry. The Tigers jersey. 9:18.24 was the quickest time we've had so far in the event. It was Sam Sterry who, from Tigers jersey, was the quickest in the boys 400 meters. And it is Hannah Sterry who is the quickest from Tigers jersey in the 800 meter freestyle with a time of 9:06.4. With that final 50 meter split of 32.93, Hannah Sterry. Ellie McLeod 9:14.01, 9:18.82 for Rika Forster in lane 7. And that concludes session number 14 with our 400 meter boys freestyle and 800 meter female freestyle. Warm-up will begin at 10:45 for session 15, which is in just over 20 minutes time. So warm-up to begin at 10:45, with swimming underway at 11:50. But a huge thank you to all our officials this morning and to all our brilliant swimmers.